Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to work with material instances to customize the HUD to your purposes. The material instances are in the material subfolder under AircraftHud, and you're going to find some of those which I saved for you already. For example, just let's take this one and play a little bit with it so you understand how you can customize. I'm going to explain to you the parameter groups which will control different settings. But first of all, let's watch the general setup. Maybe most important is the blend mode. When you change the blend mode, you can select if your HUD is going to be opaque or translucent or whatever. The parameter groups, I'm going to explain all of those. The input, the altitude input, is not for your customizing, but that will be used during runtime by the blueprint to give values to the digits of the altitude. And the same is going to be here, the digits of the speed input. So the blueprint is going to set these parameters for the digits 00, 01, 02 and so on, or here digits 10, 11, 12, and that is going to control which number is going to be displayed. Just I can show you here. Important, if you need a minus sign, you have to select -3, which is going to be the minus. I'm going to reset that. The same is the case for the attitude inputs like roll, pitch, heading, skid percent, flight path up and flight path right. Those will be set by the blueprint as well. But for sure, I can override it here just for demonstration purposes. For example, I give a pitch of 0, and you see the pitch goes to 0. Pitch of 0.125 is going to be 45 degrees minus. The pitch of minus 0.25, for example, is going to be a pitch up of 90 degrees. So actually, the useful values are for you are going to be minus 0.25 to 0.25. Let's play a little bit around with the roll values. 0.25 is going to be 90 degrees here, or minus 0.125 is going to be a right turn of 45 degrees. Heading 0.5 is going to change here from north to south, so 0.25 is going to be east, and so on. If you like, you can play around with all those. The emissive settings are going with the emissive settings, you choose the display color, this hologram color, and the hologram strength. I'm going to show you the strength value. A strength value of 0 is a quite unlit display, whereas, for example, value of 100, whoa, is quite bright. Let's choose 10 for now. Color I'm not going to change, you can play around with that. The glass settings, which will not make any distance now when I'm in opaque mode. I change to translucent mode, which will start to compile shaders, which takes 100 hours. The glass color, opacity and roughness are just going to change the material behavior of the glass. Here you can see it. And for example, I use a opacity of 0.9. You see it's like that, or 0.1. Yeah, you nearly can't see it. The parallax values let you choose the bump distance and the bump scale of the material, means of the HUD. For example, I could choose a positive bump distance value to display the HUD in front of the glass, whereas a negative value would display the parallax display behind the glass. So for example, if I choose a value of, let's say, -16, you won't see nothing because the scale is 0 right now. Scale 1 means don't scale, but you see that looks funny. I would have to increment the size, let's say, for example, 16 as well. And here you can see the bump effect. I bring it back to a bump distance of 0 and a scale of 1 to watch the other parameters. Let's start with the textures, and then I'm going to explain the texture adaptions. The textures are all the textures that are used to form the HUD. You see, it's quite a lot of those. That's the background, the pitch ladder, which is this one, the pitch ladder mask, which will control where the pitch ladder can be seen and where not, the roll marker, which is up here, the skid marker, which is just under the roll marker, the flight path, which is this circle, the heading you find here, and the heading mask that will cut the heading here and here, so you just see a part of the heading. I can show you, for example. No, I can't. Okay. You would be able to change these textures for your purposes, but I'm going to explain that in another video. And then you will learn about the texture adaptation as well. These texture adaptation values help to customize the aircraft HUD material to your textures, which might have other dimensions than those that I put in the project. And then you would need those parameters to control that the texture and the different elements are drawn at the right position of the HUD. That's going to be another video.